Dr. Philip Green's lecture, The Grand Metamorphosis, Fueling Existence in the Material and Spiritual Realms. The scene opens in a well-lit lecture hall at UCSC. Dr. Philip Green, a distinguished, slightly disheveled but kind-eyed professor, stands at the front. He gestures with his hands, his passion evident. Dr. Green, good morning everyone. Or perhaps I should say, good being, because today we're delving into the very essence of existence, the intricate dance of consumption and creation, a universal principle that governs everything from the humblest bacterium to the loftiest spiritual aspiration. He pauses, a thoughtful expression on his face. Last time, we spoke about the river of life, the flow and the friction. Today I want us to zoom out, way out, and then zoom all the way in. We are playing, as one of you beautifully put it, in the material world. A world where life doesn't just exist, it morphs into life. It's a dynamic, hungry, ceaseless transformation. Think of the Ouroboros, that ancient symbol of a serpent devouring its own tail, representing cycles, renewal, and the eternal return. It's not just a myth, it's a profound metaphor for the fundamental engine of our reality. The cosmic feast, energy, matter, and life. Dr. Green moves to a whiteboard, drawing a simple, cyclical diagram. Scientifically, we understand this as the conservation of energy and matter. Energy isn't created or destroyed, it merely changes form. And life, my friends, is the most spectacular expression of this transformation. Consider the microbial world. Bacteria eats. Mushrooms eat. They are decomposers, breaking down complex organic matter into simpler forms, releasing nutrients back into the soil. This eating isn't an end. It's a catalyst for new life. A fallen log, rich with stored solar energy, becomes a feast, a nursery, and the very foundation for the next generation of trees and plants. It's a silent, persistent act of recycling at the most fundamental level. He gestures to the diagram. And this cycle scales up dramatically. Grains turn into cows. Photosynthesis captures solar energy, locking it into carbohydrates. The cow consumes these plants, converting plant matter into muscle, milk, and energy for its own metabolic processes. It's an energy transduction, an elegant conversion. Cows and grains turn into us. We, as omnivores, participate directly in this energy transfer, synthesizing proteins, fats, and carbohydrates from these consumed sources to fuel our own complex biological machinery, our thoughts, our movements, our very existence. This isn't just a food chain, it's a chain of metamorphosis. Every act of consumption is an act of creation, a fueling of the next stage of being, the energetic imperative, powering our modern world. And it's not just biological life. Our technological world, our civilization itself, operates on this very same principle. Technology needs electricity. Without that flow of electrons, our screens are dark, our data centers silent, our modern lives impossible. But here's the rub. Something is always needed, or eaten, in order to create electricity. Whether it's the burning of fossil fuels, stored solar energy from eons past, the harnessing of wind or water, kinetic energy derived from solar and gravitational forces, or nuclear fission, releasing the binding energy of atoms. There is always an input, a consumption, to generate that output. This underscores a universal law. Nothing truly comes from nothing. There is always a preceding transformation, an input that fuels the output. The soul's sustenance feeding the spirit. Dr. Green moves from the scientific to the spiritual, his voice softening but gaining intensity. Now, if this is true for the material world, if every form of life and every technological marvel requires sustenance, what about our inner landscape? What about the invisible, yet profoundly real dimension of our being? Our spirit too needs to be fed in order to grow. It is not a self-sustaining anomaly in a universe of continuous energy exchange. Just as the body needs food, the spirit needs its own nourishment. Needing prayers, a direct invocation, a focused intention that connects us to something larger, often described as divine or universal consciousness. It's an energetic offering, an opening. Needing mantras, repetitive sacred sounds that quiet the incessant chatter of the mind, creating a vibrational field that aligns our internal state with higher frequencies. It's a form of spiritual ingestion, a steady drip of inner sustenance. Needing meditation, the practice of focused awareness, a conscious withdrawal from external distractions to cultivate inner peace and clarity. Here we are eating silence, eating presence, allowing our spiritual batteries to recharge directly from the source. Needing surrender, the courageous act of letting go of control, of egoic resistance, and allowing the flow of life to carry us. It's an act of deep trust, of consuming humility to create spaciousness for grace. These aren't passive acts. They are active forms of spiritual consumption, each one feeding a different facet of our inner being. They are the metabolism of the soul. Embracing the full spectrum, clarity and wholeness. Dr. Green walks slowly, making eye contact with many students. And what is the ultimate aim of all this feeding, all this transformation? It's not simply to feel good. It is to attain clarity, to focus on the good and the bad, seeing both without judgment, understanding that both are integral parts of the dance. Just as the bacteria processes both decay and potential, our spirit must learn to process both joy and sorrow, success and failure. True spiritual growth isn't about eliminating the bad, it's about integrating it, understanding its role in the larger cycle. The rock in the river isn't bad, it's an informational input for navigation. And this brings us back to the great cycle, the Ouroboros. Around and around we go. It's not a static state of enlightenment. It's a dynamic process of continuous consumption, transformation, and growth. The universal sustenance, water and sunshine. He smiles, a look of awe on his face. And what are the most fundamental, universal foods for all this metamorphosis, both material and spiritual? Look outside. Water! The universal solvent, the medium for all biological processes, the very essence of flow and cleansing. It literally carries nutrients to cells, and metaphorically, it washes over our spirits in moments of profound peace or catharsis. And sunshine, the ultimate source of energy for nearly all life on Earth. Photosynthesis, the driving force behind our food chains, is pure captured sunlight. Spiritually, it symbolizes illumination, warmth, clarity, and the boundless energy of creation. He gestures expansively. So whether we're talking about photosynthesis, a power plant, or a meditation cushion, the lesson is the same. Everything needs to be fed. Energy transforms. Life morphs into life. And our journey, both material and spiritual, is a grand, continuous act of giving and receiving, of consuming and creating, forever propelled by the infinite nourishment of the universe. Thank you. Let's continue this conversation in our discussion groups. Dr. Green claps his hands together, a vibrant energy filling the room.
Please click like and then subscribe. Also share this video with your friends. Thank you.